All right, Gulf Coast independent wrestling fans, welcome back to the Front Row Fanatics as we are continuing our review of Ultimate Wrestling Show Redemption that took place August 7th at Pensacola, Florida, American Legion Post 33. Look, I did it so far every segment and it didn't call it the Ultimate Legion Post. Woo-woo! Even drinking bags of beer bottle caps. Yeah!
Miller beer makes me think of the Dukes of Hazzard. I don't know why, but it does. All right. Anyway, support the troops.
That's right.
All right. Coming up next, we had the #1 contender for the Ultimate Wrestling Heavyweight title, Party Gras Justin Stone, taking on Mr. Marcus Gibbs. And what I can only describe as Mr. Marcus Gibbs was a little more concerned about the fans at ringside than what was going on in the ring. Justin Stone put him away with the Party Valley Driver.
Which, surprisingly, this match didn't go on as long as I thought it was. An entertaining match nonetheless,
yes.
Especially after these two had that epic Bourbon Street brawl, you know, several months ago up in Milton, you know. I was shocked that it wasn't drawn out more. I thought would have been expected, but Justin Stone showed his focus and concentration is in high gear since he won that four-way match in Milton last month to become the #1 contender for the Ultimate Wrestling Heavyweight title, and he's all balls to the wall and ready to go, and he's
buff
focused.
as hell.
Yeah. Looking good, looking beefy, man, you know, yeah. So what can you say? We're waiting to see the results with Party Gras when he gets that title shot.
All right. But coming up next, we had Canadian superstar Eon Flex taking on the other half of the Ultimate Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Pure Doug Pitt. And one of the stipulations was if he was able to beat Doug Pitt, he could have a tag team title match anytime he wanted with a partner of his choosing. And needless to say, Eon Flex beat Pure Doug Pitt with that patented elevator DDT.
Nice.
Which, I've said it for a while, I think is one of the most devastating moves in Ultimate Wrestling right now. I think it's my personal favorite. The setup, the cinch, the drop, bam. And after the match, he continued to pound on Pure Doug Pitt until T.A. Jones hit the ring, in which he got in there and pounded on T.A. Jones when then our good friend Jerry Reiner hit the ring. Eon Flex, you know, thought better of it, backed out of the ring, got on the mic and said, look, I think I'm going to take my title shot now. And Jerry Reiner gave a kick to Doug Pitt in the
nether regions.
And gave a low blow to T.A. Jones.
In the nether regions.
The bell rang. Eon Flex and Jerry both covered T.A. Jones, Doug Pitt, your new tag team champions, Jerry Reiner, Canadian superstar Eon Flex. I believe they are calling themselves the Playmakers.
That's right. And, you know, I noticed as I was reading the Ultimate Wrestling message board, Jerry made a little post with little snide comments about how I fooled the Front Row Fanatics and everything and the fans and everything when I was over there.
He's such a real-life heel.
Yeah, but, you know, I had told him previously to embrace the dark side. Yeah. You know, and once again, and as I posted in my response to Jerry's comments, he showed what a savvy, crafty ring veteran he is, because he sat right down and he told us on the show, he told the fans in the ring, I'll do anything to get those titles back. While I don't particularly care for his choice of tag team partners, you cannot deny the credentials and the ability of Eon Flex. You know, the opportunity sees him, and not for the first time, but for the second time, Jerry has swerved the Ultimate, the First Sons of Ultimate, and snatched those title belts away from him with a different partner. He did it when they came back as the Invasion with
Justin Cruz.
That's right, and they swerved him again this time and snatched those belts away from him again with Eon Flex as his partner. So, despite a lot of fans might be upset, Jerry, I say, thumbs up, way to go, buddy, because the main line in the business is, you ain't making no jack if you ain't got no strap. And you wanted the strap, you and Flex got it, so now you're on top of the heap of the tag team division. So, dark side, Jerry, dark side. I'm digging it, buddy.
Once again, the winner of that match was the Play With Yourselfers. I mean, the Playmakers. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. It was I'm sorry. Coming up next, we have everybody like that.
The Fondlers, maybe?
I'm not saying. All right, we're going to do this match real quick. Coming up next, we may have to do a two-parter on this one.
Okay.
We had the Master of Devastation, Cameron Frost, and the Ultimate Legend, Black Sheep Bobby Dahl. Before the match, Uncle Jim came out and presented Bob with that robe he lost to Johnny Rebel. And you heard Jim tell him, you don't want to know what I had to do to get this. But to Uncle Jim's chagrin, Bobby Dahl rejected him once again, told him to get the hell out.
Yeah, Jeff took him off, man. I mean, I imagine Uncle Jim paid a pretty penny just to get that thing clean, because God knows what Johnny Rebel did to it in the armpit of the South, up in his trailer back there in Milton and
We've
stuff.
heard some stories.
Yeah, yeah. And you don't even want to know about those stories. So, you know, he jeffed him off. So Uncle Jim got mad, and he decided he was going to stand in the corner of the Master of Devastation, Cameron Frost, for the match. So, strange twist of events there. So,
which, me personally, you know, I was looking for a double swerve on this one, but as it turns out, Cameron Frost had what looked like a sunset flip on Bobby Dahl. He grabbed the ropes. Uncle Jim whacked his knuckles with the cane. Cameron Frost was able to roll him over and get the 1-2 victory over Bobby Dahl, which kind of shocked me. I mean, it didn't really shock me, but, you know, you have two top competitors right here, Bobby Dahl and Cameron Frost, and by no means do I think this is finished.
No, I think this is just the beginning of a feud that's going to build, and then you throw Uncle Jim into the mix, because you know the Ultimate Legend Bobby Dahl is pissed at Uncle Jim.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because they were tight at one time, and now he seems to have sided with Cameron Frost. And I believe this is just the start of what's going to be a heated and bitter rivalry in Ultimate Wrestling.
And boy, did the fans take to Uncle Jim. I haven't heard a pop like that in a while. So, how are we... She's not even paying attention. What are we doing? Okay, we're going to go ahead and go with the main event. It was the Ultimate Wrestling Heavyweight Champ, Death Row, taking on Amish Tim Haney, which anybody who's been following Ultimate Wrestling for any length of time knows. Back in the day, 10 years ago, brah. No, I'm just kidding. Back a while back, before Amish Tim Haney hurt his knee, him and Death Row were getting into a pretty good program. Excuse me. So, anyway, you had two really big guys in the ring, two powerhouses, and this is what kind of match it was. Down and dirty, a lot of power moves, but in the end, it was Death Row, once again, getting the win over Amish Tim Haney.
Yeah, that mean jailhouse mentality is definitely thriving in Ultimate Wrestling, as the brute, the monster, the man beast, whatever you want to call him, Death Row, has kept that stranglehold on the Ultimate Wrestling Heavyweight Championship, despite the hard efforts from a game Amish Tim Haney in there, who didn't back down at all. Death Row got in his face. He was right back there.
I saw at one. I don't want to make it sound like Death Row squashed him. I mean, at one point, Amish Tim Haney scoop slammed him up over his head. You know, I mean, so like I said, after the match, the Death Row decided he was going to take a chair, and it was one of the sickest thuds I've ever heard, was slamming a chair into Amish Tim Haney's chest repeatedly. I mean, repeatedly. His good friend of his, Party Crowd Justin Stone, came to the ring, basically covered him up. Death Row started whacking away at him with the chair. So this is turning out to be, if Death Row is the champ when Justin Stone gets his title shot, this should be epic.
I believe so, because, you know, Justin Stone showed his loyalty to his friend Amish Tim Haney, and once again shows he doesn't fear Death Row either. So, you know, that's going to be an interesting title match between the #1 contender, Justin Stone, and the Ultimate Champion, Death Row.
Yes,
we'll have to wait and see. And with that being said, I'm getting ready to chug this beer and get me another one, so we're going to take a break.